Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jason Salyer, and this is the last day of the bushcraft, advanced bushcraft class. Bushcraft class. Sorry, it's early. And this is Patrick Rollins, and he's the lead instructor of this course. And so far it's been an awesome course. I've learned a ton. I've been bushcrafting and rubbing sticks together and playing in the woods my entire life, basically. But every time I come to a class like this, I seem to pick up a few more tips and tricks that help things along. So super grateful for that. And I really like your teaching style. You're real patient. You're real.
You gotta have patience.
Yeah, you're real calm, real patient. Just let everybody kind of figure it out on their own, and and then help out when needed. But basically, just a few questions for you: is who are you? What's your background?
My background, child of the '80s. I mean, you got all the great movies: Red Dawn, First Blood.
Yes.
All the greats.
Wolverines.
So, getting out, building forts, playing, trying to make fires, and pretend you're Rambo and all that as a kid, and then got into the Cub Scouts and then the Boy Scouts, and was in that for a while, and then just loving the outdoors, camping, hunting, fishing, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Then came home, found a class Jeff was putting on in Fort Payne in 2009, and went and took that 5-day woodland operations class, and we survival, basic tracking, land navigation, a little bit of ropes. Had a blast and was just tickled to death to find me there's places teaching this stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that I love and love doing, and got asked to come on, a part-time, helping out on some of the classes. So I was still working at the sheriff's office. I would take a week off and come help out with the class. Started going to the Amazon jungle with them, helping out with classes down there, and then came home full time in January of 2013.
Oh wow!
Just had a blast ever since.
Okay, awesome. So why survival? Why do you enjoy teaching survival? Why are you interested in it? What's the point? Why do you do it?
It's a blast.
Yeah.
Love passing on knowledge, love learning new skills, and then eventually being able to teach those skills to others. It's just fun. It's fun.
You seem like a pretty self-motivated, self-driven kind of guy. Like when you wake up in the morning, is there like a routine that you do? Do you have a plan, or is it just kind of see what comes your way?
A lot of times just take what the day throws at you,
Yeah.
and just roll with the punches and just enjoy life.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. Let's see what else. So other background. So law enforcement.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Started, and graduated in '93, and the show Cops was big at the time. And they'd actually, my senior year, they'd started an Explorer program. The police department did. You could come out. It's kind of like Boy Scouts for older kids that are interested in getting into law enforcement.
Okay.
Some places will have like public safety cadets. It's a similar thing. We could come learn more about the job. You could do ride-alongs, with the officers, and so did that for a while. And I thought this seems like might be kind of fun. So started working in the jail right after I graduated. You could work in the jail at 18. You couldn't work the road until you're 21.
Okay.
And worked in the jail and then went to the road, worked patrol. Decided early on that if I'm gonna stay in this, I need to be moving up. I didn't want to be the 60-year-old guy on night shift. Can't see at night. And all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so got promoted, made sergeant, made lieutenant, and then wasn't disgruntled at all when I left.
Yeah.
It was just something better came along.
Yeah, a new opportunity.
Oh yeah.
So you do training in the Amazon as well.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Peru.
Peru.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk a little bit about that? What's that all about?
So the company started as a training company. Jeff and Mike were taking clients down to Peru to go through the Peruvian Air Force survivals. It was a school, about a week-long school, and then they continued that, and they started realizing that the knives and gear they were taking down there, they weren't as happy with them as they thought they should have been. So they started coming out with their own knife designs and having those made. And so the training progressed, and then when they started having their designs made by different knife companies, that part of the company grew and grew and grew. I tell people when they ask about, how do I go about teaching this stuff, or starting my own thing, and I tell people, sadly, without something else backing the training, it's really hard to get it up off the ground, because there's
Without a product.
without something helping fund the startup of the teaching, starting a school. And training wise, we don't charge a whole lot for classes because we're not trying to make money, not trying to make a killing off of it.
Sure.
The knife side of the business,
That's what
that
generates
pays
the
the
income.
bills, keeps the lights on.
Yeah. What is it? You guys say something funny. It's like you're you're a training company with a knife problem or something like that. What is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that was Shane that came up with that.
Yeah. So the Amazon stuff. So do you lead the courses down there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Fly down to Lima, Peru, and then from Lima to Iquitos, which is a third world, big city, but it's definitely third world. And from there, we'll take a boat about 9 hours on the Amazon to Percy, our main guide. He has a Maloka, a hut on some property. But out in the jungle, basically, like if you homestead it, if you build a hut and you maintain it, then that's yours.
That's your property.
But if you leave it abandoned, somebody else will come along and they'll take it over.
That's interesting.
And, so we'll go to
like
his
the Wild West.
Yeah, we'll go to his hut, teach them what skills we can. There's no power, no running water or anything there. But so we'll cover land navigation, basic, survival, safe knife and machete handling, and then from there we'll just set out through the jungle. We have our starting point, and this is where we want to be at the end of the 6 days. And so you're building your swamp beds every day, and we're teaching along the way. And the students are having to land nav, to get to where we're going.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's miserable, but it's fun.
A lot of bug bites,
Yeah,
I would imagine. I spent a little time in the jungle, and it's definitely different. I mean, we live in the mountains, and in the summertime it looks a little bit like a jungle in some places, but it's not like that kind of jungle.
Yeah. Here, we got heat, we got humidity in the summertime here in the southeast, but insects, they got us hands down.
Yeah, big ones there.
Oh yeah,
that bite hard. Very cool. So, what else? There's the other class, the field survival class. Do you lead that one as well? Okay, so the field survival class is something I'm interested in doing. I don't know if I'm excited about doing it, but I'm interested in doing it just for the experience. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
And what that's about?
So we decided early on that a survival class needs to be hard, because survival's hard. It can be. So most situations are resolved for good or bad 72 hours, and so it's not a full 72-hour class. It's a 3-day class, but we start Friday morning at 5:30 in the morning. And we tried to encompass all the stuff you would be dealing with: the hunger, the sleep deprivation, the physical stress, the mental stress. So we get students tired, dirty, hungry, and the only thing we don't take a chance on is dehydration. Just to make sure students stay hydrated throughout the whole thing.
It's awfully kind of you.
Yeah, liability standpoint.
Yeah,
but
it's not about them. It's about
we're looking out for us.
That's right.
But just wearing them down, seeing them. We have team building activities that rock on all night long, and just seeing them try to come together, as a team and work together, and look out for the guy next to you when he's down, because everybody's got that moment when they're rock bottom,
right.
And if you don't look out for the guys around you, they're probably not going to be wanting to look after you when you're at that point. So we wanted it to be hard enough to where we saw 1 or 2 quit about every class, and that's when we knew it's kind of dialed
about
in.
Right.
Yeah,
difficult enough.
Yep.
That's interesting.
It's definitely not one where you just show up and you're there for 3 days and you get class knife and a certificate. They earn it. They really earn it.
Well, that's cool. I'm excited to do that one. That's coming up pretty soon, actually. So that'll be fun. What else? Family man?
Got a wife, 2 sons. Oldest 23 and the youngest 15.
Okay.
Yep.
So one's pretty much grown, and one's a pain in the neck.
Yeah, it can be.
That's right. Do your kids, are they interested in this kind of stuff?
My youngest is. I tried to get my oldest back when he was little into it, and then it just wasn't for him, and I didn't try to force it, 'cause that never turns out good. But the youngest, he's taken to it pretty good.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Like for example, my kids, they like it when you get them out there, but it's like a battle sometimes to get them to do it. But once they're there, they're having a great time. What do you think about that?
That's the way my youngest is. Basically I have to talk him into getting out there.
Yeah.
But like you said, once he's out there, he's having a blast.
They're having great. Yeah.
But when they get back home, they kind of get sucked back into electronics and that kind of thing. And it's hard to pull them out of that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like last weekend, Gaston and I were in North Carolina at a Mountaineer Festival. And I know all these kids that would come up played Minecraft. And so I'd say, you play Minecraft? Yeah.
Of course they do.
Did you use flint and steel in Minecraft? Yeah. You want to see real flint and steel?
Yeah.
And then it showed them that, and their eyes would light up. I thought it was cool seeing the real thing other than the game. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. Something they can relate to. whether as unfortunate it is that you have to use video games to relate to it.
To draw them in.
Yeah, that's funny. So I have a hard time personally with like balancing my life. My life gets crazy and like overwhelming, and I end up having way too many irons in the fire, and then I end up not doing any of it good. Like I'm doing a poor job at all of it. It seems like you probably have a lot of things going on as well. How are you successful at managing that? Are you successful at managing that?
Well, I try to be, but there's times where it can get a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
But, notepads, post-it notes. I mean, I've got stuff written down all over, you know, just to remember. Like for this class, gathering the materials that we need to teach with. You know, it's for me. I'm usually so busy with the training and with our search and rescue team that it's last minute when I'm scrounging like the buck saw blades. You know,
Crap.
hitting lows and well, they only got 6. Well, I need 30 of them. You know, so I'd have to hit Ace hardware, just getting it all together. So.
And then managing that, and more specifically, so not just managing like classes, but like managing family life and work life and hobbies and other projects and stuff that goes wrong. That the dishwasher breaks, your truck breaks down, like all that stuff. Like I find that pretty overwhelming sometimes, but
it can be.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, my hobbies are work.
Oh yeah,
So
that is convenient.
That helps out.
Yeah, I have too many hobbies. I like everything. I've always been like a squirrel and bounced around to so many different things. But so Patrick Rollins, how can they find you?
Come take a class, Randall's Adventure Training. You can go to randallsadventure.com to see the schedule and see what all classes and there's pictures of all the classes. See what you might like to do. Patrick at jungletraining.com's email address. So just reach out to me and I'll answer questions or recommend a class or whatever.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.